Halloween H20, 20 years later. The movie opens up any way a good Halloween movie should, with the iconic sounds of the Chordettes with Mr. Sandman. And the atmosphere here really puts you in that Halloween spirit. This is where we see Nurse Marion Chambers from Halloween 1 and 2, arriving at home where it looks as if someone has broken into her house. Then, jump scare. Oh shit, it's Jason.
Hey, Miss Woody, what's going on?
Never mind. It's actually Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You guys remember him from Third Rock? Yeah. Well, here he's called Jimmy, and he thinks he's all big and bad because he's wielding a hockey stick, so he goes inside to make sure the coast is clear. He goes into the house and finds the office totally ransacked. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, he completely trashes the kitchen after yet again being jump scared. Those pesky pots and pans, man. He doesn't seem to find anyone in the house, so I guess everything's all good.
The coast is clear.
Well, for now, that is.
Also, they messed up your kitchen really bad, too. Yeah. Good night.
Nurse Marion goes into the house and tries to flip the breaker, but nothing. And when she goes into her office, she notices that the folder labeled Laurie Strode is empty. This is when she notices that the back door is open. Tears ass out of there and over to Jimmy's place. But Jimmy can't help her because he currently has a fucking ice skate in his face. As she's going to run out, she runs right into Jimmy's friend, who is totally dead now. And then the man of the hour, Michael Myers, shows up. After a short-lived game of cat and mouse, Michael slits her throat from ear to ear and just vanishes like a shadow into the night. Cops find her dead body next door and go over the place with a fine-tooth comb. And this is where we get some good old exposition to bring you up to speed.
Spent his life tracking down that Halloween guy who butchered all his kids up in Haddonfield, right?
Michael Myers.
Hey, you don't think Michael Myers?
Never found his body.
Just to catch you up a little bit here, Jamie Lloyd from Halloween 4, 5, and 6, she never existed.
No! No! No!
So the timeline of this movie picks up 20 years after Halloween 2.
It's time, Michael.
After the epic intro,
The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
and a really cool dream sequence with some flashback scenes, we meet back up with a very mentally battered and emotionally scarred Laurie Strode. Played yet again by the legendary iconic Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis. And yeah, she's still really fucked up about it all. It's Halloween morning. Today is the day. Downstairs, John and his mom are arguing about him going on a school trip.
No, you're not.
She obviously doesn't want him to go because of what today is.
I noticed.
Over at Hillcrest Academy, we meet our middle-aged teens.
20 years from now, you're still gonna be living with her. Probably running some weird motel out in the middle of nowhere.
We cut to some random rest area, and from the looks of it, Michael is already around somewhere. A woman and her daughter go into the bathroom when Michael creeps in and takes her car keys. And Michael just commits a little GTA.
Ready?
Back at Hillcrest, Laurie, or Mrs. Tate, as she goes by in this, is giving all the students the rules before they head to Yosemite for their camping trip.
No musical sleeping bags. No booze. No drugs. No kidding.
Oh, and another crazy thing, Her son turns out to be the exact same age she was when Michael stalked and killed her friends 20 years ago. Cue LL Cool J. John shows up at the gate because he wants to sneak out and get a gift for his girlfriend because they have a little date tonight, and because this is a horror movie, he lets them go. Laurie and her man meet up and they kind of start to talk about some of the stuff. And let me tell you something, folks. Her performance here is too good.
I've tried everything. I really have. 12 steps, self-help, group therapy.
Then, jump scare. John and Charlie score some booze from the local liquor store.
Studies have proven that all teenagers at some point in their adolescent lives have shoplifted.
And then they get caught by not the cops, but fucking Mom.
Charlie, what are you doing here?
She flips out on John, but he's had enough of her bullshit and lets her fucking have it.
Michael Myers is dead.
Like an emo middle-aged teen, he storms off. They get in the car, and if everything reminding her of Michael wasn't bad enough, Mr. Sandman comes on the radio. Mr. Sandman, yes? Bring us a dream. Of all songs, it had to be that one. It was almost like the radio station timed that shit or something. They pull up to the gate, and you can see Michael just pulling up behind them. And I gotta ask, how in the fuck do you guys not see this motherfucker? He's like right there. The fuck? These fucking movie security guards and cops, huh?
Eyes up, Ronnie.
So after John jump scares his girlfriend, he gives her a little backstory on his murderous uncle.
Oh, we've got a psychotic serial killer in the family who loves to butcher people on Halloween, and
his mom feels bad about telling him that he couldn't go on a trip, but little does she know, he's not actually going to Yosemite at all.
just changed your mind about Yosemite.
So now you're going?
I wouldn't say that.
And we get yet another jump scare.
Oh! Damn it! Oh!
And it's Janet Leigh with an epic cameo.
Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
And as she goes to leave, she gets in the exact same car that she drove in Psycho.
Happy Halloween.
Now that's fucking epic. All the buses leave for Yosemite, and then we see Michael on his way to the school. Back over at the guard post, Michael pulls up to the gate.
Hello?
He goes out to the ominous car, and Michael just walks right in like he owns the joint. Jeez, fucking worthless security fuck. Laurie's walking home when she sees Michael coming towards her, but she's not sure if it's even really him or not. After a scene from Scream 2, Will comes to tell them that he's gone for the night.
If you need anything, contact me or Miss Tate, okay?
Thanks, Mr. Brennan.
So now the real party can begin. Laurie and Will are bumping and grinding over at her place when she spills the beans on her past.
He came after me. He killed a lot of my friends. It happened on Halloween. You've heard the story.
Who hasn't? Michael Myers.
But a very epic scene nonetheless.
What happened to the sister? She died, right?
She faked her death. Now she's the headmistress of a very posh, secluded private school in Northern.
Then it dawns on her that her son is the same age she was when Michael came after her.
17.
She then flips the fuck out. Finds out that John didn't go to Yosemite after all.
Somebody didn't go to Yosemite.
Harry, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna go find John.
After another jump scare, LL informs her that the phones are out, so she then freaks out even more, sets out into the night to find her son. Now it's time to kill off some middle-aged teens. Charlie goes off by himself to find the corkscrew because this is a horror movie, and he's got to find that damn corkscrew.
Ted! Hey, Ted, where the hell's corkscrew? corkscrew!
And right as he finds that motherfucking corkscrew, Michael Myers shows up. Female character number 2 finds her boyfriend Charlie dead because he apparently died off screen. Michael chases her into a food chute, stabs her, and then slams the door down on her leg, breaking the fuck out of it. And when she's trying to crawl away, Michael walks up to her and violently stabs the fuck out of her. Which is also slightly off screen. John and his girlfriend Molly are looking for their friends when they find female character number 2's body all strung up like some fucking Halloween decorations. Yep, Michael has definitely been here. Michael has them cornered behind a door, and just as he's about to break in and kill their asses, Laurie opens up the door in the Nikola test. Just like in the original, she makes the kids hide in the closet when they see a shape down the hall and shoot at it thinking it's Michael, but...
Oh, God.
Fuck. Then, this happens. She gets John and his girlfriend out safely. And makes them leave her so she can face her brother and purge this fucking evil once and for all. Michael! She goes after Michael because she's had it up to here with his fucking shit and wants to finish it. Michael does the classic one-hand lowering technique, and it's on. Gotta say, this table sequence here is really good. Fucking solid filmmaking. The suspense here is too good. Laurie runs out of table, so she picks up a flag and stabs him right through the chest. Then we get this badass knife throwing scene. Not gonna lie, I hate this part when she knees him in the balls. Like, why, guys? Just, no. Ugh. She then gets a second wind and goes full-on Super Saiyan, stabs him the fuck up and knocks him off of a balcony. Sorta, just like the first one. She goes downstairs and pulls the knife out, and right as she's about to give him a real good stabbing, and make sure his ass is fucking dead for sure this time, LL comes out of nowhere and pulls her away.
He's dead.
Damn, man. You really should have just let her make sure he was dead, you know? I mean, come on, what's like 23 or 27 more stabs to his face and chest gonna hurt, you know? Right as Michael is being loaded into the ambulance, Laurie hijacks that bitch because she has to make sure that motherfucker is really dead. Halfway down the road, the body bag that Michael was in starts to move around. Then when he sits up, she launches his ass out the fucking windshield. And then whenever his creepy ass gets up, she runs him the fuck down. They go toppling off the edge. When she finally gets to her feet, she sees that Michael is pinned between the van and a tree.
Michael?
Then, in this epic finale, chops the evil fucker's head clean off. Fuck yeah. What an epic ending. I guess you can kill the boogeyman. And that's Halloween H20, folks. A solid film in the franchise that actually went through hell to make. But it is a classic. And at the time, it was going to be the end of the entire franchise. Like, this was going to be the definitive end to Halloween. But, Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because then they went and made a god-awful fucking sequel, Halloween Resurrection. But we won't talk about that fucking abomination, other than it just shouldn't have been made, and this film should have just been the end of it all. This movie has a solid cast, an amazing score, and just all around a really fun thrill ride. Other than the overuse of jump scares and the corny writing in some spots, it's all around a really solid classic horror flick.
You took them all,